Hey guys, what's up? I'm Erin and welcome back to the channel. Are you curious how income changes throughout the course of your life? Whether you're in the starting phases of your career, your peak earning years, or nearing retirement, understanding these changes can provide valuable financial insights. So let's break down median income by age, by education level, and career trajectory, and look at what the key takeaways are that you can use to build long-term wealth. Taking a broad view, the median U.S. income for individual workers is about $62,000, while for a two-person household, it's about $83,000. Median income by education level is worth noting because there's a measurable difference in incomes between those with and without higher education. For those with a high school diploma, the median annual salary is roughly $47,000. For those with a bachelor's degree, median income is about $78,000. And for those with a master's degree, the median income is about $90,000 a year. Now, I think the view of higher education in recent years has become a bit more nuanced, and rightfully so. 20 plus years ago, when I was in high school, the narrative always seemed to be that you should always go to school. You should always get a degree, no matter what. My dad even had a saying where he would tell us that education doesn't cost, it pays. However, the type of degree you pursue matters, and I think as the cost of higher education has skyrocketed, many have begun to question the value of a degree. Comparing the increased wage you may or may not get with a degree with the potential debt burden that it takes to obtain the degree. A degree tends to be more valuable when it's used in its intended career field, leading to higher earnings. And I think more and more people are becoming acutely aware of this, that you probably shouldn't be pursuing a degree just for the sake of getting a degree. If you're going to go and pursue a degree, you actually want to pursue a career in that field. That's going to lead to your highest return on investment. My overarching belief is that you can have a great income with or without a degree. It just depends on the route you want to go and what your goals are. Beyond education, income generally rises throughout a career, peaks in midlife, and then tends to decline in retirement. Now, this is not true of absolutely everyone, but it is a general trend that we see. So let's look at the numbers. For 20 to 24-year-olds, the median income is about $40,000. For 25 to 34-year-olds, the median income is about $57,000. For 35 to 44-year-olds, the median income is about $65,000. For 45 to 54-year-olds, the median income is roughly $68,000. For 55 to 64-year-olds, the median income is about $62,000. And for those 65 and older, median income is roughly $60,000. And all of these numbers are reported based on individual earnings from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. I would say that I think this is a pretty standard trajectory that most of us could expect throughout our lifetime. Yes, of course, the numbers you see on your paycheck are going to differ, but I bet when you started out in the workforce, you had lower earnings. I bet your income increased and you went into your peak earning years. And then I bet as you go into retirement, most people tend to experience a slight decline in income. An interesting trend is that earnings often decline earlier than expected, starting around ages 55 to 64. For some, this age range still very well may be their peak earning years. Others may step away from the workforce at this time because maybe they're financially prepared to do so. Alternatively, many people find themselves forced into an early retirement, and a retirement that they aren't yet financially ready for. This may be due to age discrimination. Though illegal, it certainly still exists. It could be a shift to part-time work. It could be because of health issues or caregiver responsibilities. But I do think that this dip goes to show that if you're able to, you want to save a little bit more aggressively earlier on in your life in case you're forced to step away from the workforce a little bit earlier than you anticipate. Because the fact of the matter is, over 50% of people do step away from the workforce earlier than planned. Even with a lower income earlier on, you still want to set aside a portion of every single paycheck, get it invested, and this is crucial for your financial security. You want to really cement that habit, and these small amounts go a long way when left compounded for a long time. If you put away $100 a month starting at age 20 and do that through the age of 65, you can turn that into a little less than $500,000. That same amount, if you start at the age of 30, would grow to just over $200,000. And if you started at the age of 40, it would be about $90,000 by the time you retired at 65. So ideally, you want to start saving as young as you possibly can and do so as often as you possibly can. That's going to make your path to financial success that much easier. By the time we get to ages 65 through 69, 70% of US adults are retired. So at this point, passive income sources are going to become crucial. And importantly, Social Security plays a pivotal role at this age. The average Social Security retirement benefit as of January 2025 is about $2,000 per month, or about $24,000 a year. For the vast majority of individuals in this age bracket, we would tend to say that most of their income sources are passive income sources. The top sources of income for those 65 and older, in order, are Social Security, pensions, retirement savings or investment income, annuities, life insurance, part-time work, and real estate. Now, when it comes to being able to build wealth, what matters most is your expenses compared to your income. And in economics, there's something called the life cycle hypothesis. Now, the life cycle hypothesis looks at spending and saving habits over the course of an individual's lifetime. And this theory states that people tend to seek smooth consumption throughout the course of their lifetime, borrowing more in the early portion of their life when their incomes are low, and saving more later in life when their incomes are higher. While it's not a perfect theory, we do see patterns emerge. Early in life, spending often exceeds earnings, sometimes in healthy ways, sometimes in not so healthy ways. For instance, if you're maxing out your credit card and only paying the minimum balance and end up paying excessive fees and borrowing money at incredibly high interest rates, I think we can all agree that this is a bad financial plan. If we refer back to education, maybe you take out some student loans to pursue a degree that you are then going to use in a specific field. Or maybe early on in life, you don't have the assets saved up to buy a car outright, a car that you can then use to go to a job where you earn an income. Or maybe you don't have the assets saved up to buy a home outright, so you take on a mortgage that you then pay off over the course of many years. This theory holds true for many. Early adulthood sees lower incomes and higher spending. Midlife brings higher earnings and higher savings. And retirement often involves lower income and withdrawing on savings. Again, these are very broad statements and they may or may not translate to you on the individual level. But I do want to make an argument for even early on in life when your income is lower, I still think you want to be setting something aside for savings and investments. You want to get your money put to work and get compounding working in your favor, even if you're at a stage of life where perhaps your spending exceeds your earnings. So maybe you have a mortgage or maybe you have an auto loan. You still want to be carving out a piece of your paycheck that you're setting aside for investments. Now, the narrative does change if you have consumer debt or credit card debt. Pay off that debt, that high interest debt first, then get to saving and investing. And there is a caveat that we have to add here that has to be added to every financial video of this type. You want to make sure to keep lifestyle inflation in check. Yes, as your income increases, it's okay to inflate your lifestyle a little bit, but just also make sure that you're inflating how much you're saving and you're investing. So check both boxes along the way. This is why it's a really good idea to save a percentage of your income rather than a specific dollar amount, because if you're saving a percentage, when your income increases, you automatically save a bit more. At any income level, you want to ensure that your spending aligns with what brings you the most value and the most joy. So often in the financial space, so much attention is given to saving and investing, and rightfully so, because we need to be saving and investing for our future. But just as importantly is the side where we're using our dollars today to build the life we want. And this is where you really want to focus on utilizing your dollars very consciously. Think about some recent purchases that brought you the most joy. Think about purchases that you've made in the recent past where maybe you didn't get any enjoyment out of them, or perhaps you even had buyer's remorse. I think each of these can be an opportunity to improve our spending going forward. At every income level and at every stage of life, the key to financial success isn't simply how much you make, but it's how you manage your finances. If you're saving early and investing wisely and aligning your spending with what matters most to you, you can build a great life today and in the future. So what are your thoughts on income throughout the course of your life? What are some trends you've noticed in your personal life? Share your thoughts in a comment down below. I post new videos every single week. If you got anything at all out of this one, please give it a like. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Or if you know of someone who might get something out of this type of content, please consider sharing. I'll see you soon. Bye. Fix the hair. We get the microphone out of this shot, and then we can get started in wealth. Well, that's upsetting on every single level. I have to mute my computer. Who texted me? Oh my gosh. This is why I wear tank tops, because I am like dying of heat here. This is ridiculous. I mean, that didn't flow at all. It's so freaking hot. I regret my wardrobe choice right now. Oh God. Valuable. I can't say older and order right next to each other. I don't like it. It doesn't sound good. Fun fact, I bit off the tip of my tongue and it makes certain words hard to pronounce. But I think I do my best and I think I hide it well. Getting those money. Lifestyle inflation check. Blah, blah. That was great. It was so great. That sucked. Try again.